What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to contact me, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on the soundtrack for the new movie, Judas and the Black Messiah. If you're not familiar with this movie, it's all about the betrayal of Black Panther Party leader Fred Hampton, and I've yet to see it, but eventually I'm going to have to because I've heard good reviews. When it comes to this soundtrack though, I think the reviews are going to be mixed because just like a lot of soundtracks or compilations, you are getting a whole lot of different things going on. You're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, and then a whole lot of meh. But I really want to start this off by getting positive and jumping into the highlights because I think it's the R&B tracks that steal the show a lot of the time on this thing. We have the song from her called Fight For You. I think her vocals sound great over the groovy and nostalgic feel, and then BJ the Chicago Kid also gives us nostalgic vibes on the love song Letter to You. I thought it was cool how they went with these old school sounds since it does tie into the theme of the movie, which revolves around something that happened quite a while ago. We also get the song Teach Me from Sir. This is a very sexy and slinky track with a great bass line, and even the pop joint that comes to us from Safe and Kiana Lede, I think that's how you say her name. The song is called Contagious, and it is kind of catchy, man. It's nothing too over the top or too refreshing, but if you're looking for smooth grooves, I think these songs here will have you covered and you will enjoy them. But obviously you are going to get a lot of great rap tracks here as well. A personal favorite of mine is Plead the 45th. We have Smino on here who's coming through with raspy vocals that work great on this production style, and Smino is absolutely snapping. Love the soulful, laid-back, jazzy backdrop here, and these two are giving you the type of track that you would expect from them, so this is one that you're going to enjoy if you're a fan of those two artists. We also get the song Welcome to America, where Black Thought is absolutely snapping on this one, giving us those black excellence bars and also touching on America's disgusting history in regards to its treatment of black people, among other things. You're also getting great vocal performances from Angel Hunt and C.S. Armstrong on here that fit very well with the epic production style where we have these choir vocals swelling up. This whole song has a vibe to it that is just legendary. I think it works really well, and you know what you're going to get when you see Black Thought on the track. So if you are a barhead, that is a track that you're going to want to jump to when you go into this project. Another highlight is Somethin Ain't Right, where we're getting this gorgeous guitar lace production and excellent vocals from Masego, as well as quality verses from Rhapsody and Jid. I really like what Rhapsody was doing with her flow here as she was working some sing-songy flows, and Jid delivers some great content as he raps about race as a social construct while also encouraging us to continue working on our communities to make them a better place. So you are going to get some themes here that do tie into the theme of the movie, the Black Panther Party, all that type of stuff, political content, black excellence, which does work pretty well, but I'm not going to say this is an overly focused project, and that's not really too surprising because when it comes to compilations and stuff like that, you have so many things coming together. What's that saying? Too many cooks spoil the broth. That's sort of what's happening here, but even still, you are going to get some good moments. Of course, the Nipsey and Jay-Z track, What It Feels Like, is another highlight. You get some lavish production here that reminds me of something Rick Ross would have got on, and Nipsey is on here spitting the usual shit that he does, just about empowering us, giving us those hustle, inspirational bars. You know what Nipsey gets into. R.I.P. But I gotta say, Jay-Z had an excellent verse on here, man. He continues to prove why he's one of the GOATs, and I like these lines here when he says, Scorpion bricks way before Aubrey's double disc, 40 on my lap, clap, sound like 40 did the mix. So this is obviously a play on how Jay was moving those bricks, and also the idea of Drake's album Scorpion bricking or not doing so well. I mean, I'm sure it put up big numbers because Drake could shit on a plate, put it out, and people would buy it, but I think he's talking about the critical reception because Scorpion was not received well, man. In that sense, it did brick, and I thought those were some pretty clever lines there. You also get Jay calling out the march on the Capitol, so again, that does tie into the whole political theme that we get going on with some of these tracks, and it does work pretty well. You're going to get more of this from other artists here, like Polo G on Last Man Standing. Here he's reflecting on police violence as well as police brutality, but I didn't really find anything too different about this sonically. I didn't really like his flow on this. You can tell that he's punching in for a lot of his bars when he's rapping. It just seems like his words are overlapping each other at times at the start of the bars. If you're a rapper, you know what I mean when you got to punch in to fill in the spots. I just felt that was kind of sloppy in my opinion. And also on the song Broad Day from Hit Boy, we're getting the same sort of feeling where it's a decent track, but nothing that's over the top or overly exciting in my opinion. I thought bar-wise and production-wise, there was just nothing noteworthy about it, and these are the meh moments that do take up a pretty fair chunk of this album in my opinion. You also have a song from Lil Durk called On Your Mind that is catchy and melodic as he opens up about his trauma and emotional scars, but I didn't hear anything new from Lil Durk here, and it just felt like a song that maybe he had left over that he threw onto this compilation. We also get the song Appraise from Ryan Coogler's brother, Dave White, and he does stay on task with the bars as he raps about injustice, police brutality, and all these types of things, but again, there's nothing new or exciting happening with this track. I think he's fine as a rapper, he doesn't stand out in any type of way or have me dying to hear more from him, and the beat kind of just didn't go anywhere in my opinion. I didn't find this to be one of Hit Boy's strong productions, and it was the same thing with Nas's track EPMD. Nas on here is obviously spitting fine, he's spinning those hood theories, but beat-wise I found it to be very repetitive, redundant, and grating, so all these little things took a bit away from this project in my opinion. There's a song from Dom Kennedy too called Respect My Mind, just some laid-back, braggy shit. Again, standard track from Dom Kennedy, nothing overly new, but it's okay, and even listening to A$AP Rocky rap about rich nigga problems on the song called Rich Nigga Problems gets old pretty quick. So all these moments together, like, these are songs that aren't terrible. I'm not saying these are trash tracks, but they're not overly memorable. Not all of these songs fit into the mold of what this project should have been about in regards to the movie, but that's known to happen on any soundtrack, or again, even on any compilation where you have so many people coming together, it's hard to keep things cohesive. But I gotta say, man, the biggest disappointment on here has got to be that track from Rakim called Black Messiah. I'm not about to disrespect a legend and a pioneer, but this track to me was absolutely terrible, man. I don't know what was going on here. His rapping just felt kind of lazy and unfocused. Wasn't impressed with Rakim's rapping here, which just sounds crazy to say because he's one of the GOATs. Again, I'm not disrespecting him. We know that. But you can't listen to this and tell me that this is Rakim's best spitting. Absolutely isn't. Even the mixing on this is just absolutely terrible. And I know it's put there as a bonus track, but that doesn't make it any better, man. I was very disappointed with that track. Definitely a least favorite. Did not like that at all. And there were some other low moments here as well. We have the song called No Profanity from Pooh Shiesty. This is a rapper I've heard a lot about lately, but in my opinion, he just sounds like a Gucci Mane clone, so that didn't do anything for me. And then we have the song I Declare War by Nardo Wick, which is just as forgettable can be. It does have a bit of bang to it, so I will give it that. It's rowdy, it's hype if that's all you're looking for, but production-wise and bar-wise, this one was incredibly generic, like Great Value cornflakes with no sugar or anything added, man. Not even any milk in that bowl, just a crunchy, dry bowl of generic cornflakes. That's what that track was like to me. Now, there's also the triumphant horn banger from G Herbo called All Black, and whether you like this one or not is gonna have to do with if you like his flow when it's all over the place. You know, sometimes G Herbo flows normal, he's more reined in, but then other times he's just rapping like he's ahead of the beat or just on this different pocket completely. That's what he's doing on there, so I'm not a big fan when he does that style. I know some people like it. Beat was cool though. I just think he sounds much better on Revolutionary with Bump J. His flow is much more focused on this one as he's opening up about his trials, tribulations, and trauma, and I thought it was cool to hear from Bump J because I haven't heard from him in a long time. To this day, whenever I think of Bump J, I think of that track he did with Rick James back in the day called On the Run, because that came out right when Rick James was very popular from the Chappelle Show stuff, and then he died not long after, so that was kind of a sad moment. You know, you had Rick James on this new rap track, and then he died when, you know, a lot of us were thinking he was about to restart his music career and do more. So that's what I think of all the time when I see Bump J. Cool to see him here, and he's still spitting. But overall, with this soundtrack, I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. I don't see this making my year-end list because it's not very consistent or cohesive, but I did get a couple of tracks out of it. I feel like I'm coming back to the same point over and over, but it is what it is. You got your highs, you got your lows, then you got a bunch of meh, just a bunch of tracks that aren't awful, but they don't call you back to them, and they don't leave much of an impression. So that's how I feel about this one. You guys check it out for yourself, and then hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts and opinions. And if you have seen the movie, feel free to let me know what you think about that as well, because I am curious to hear more from you guys. Of course, you also want to make sure to do that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.